and it's about 50 to 100 times stronger than heroin.
The St. Louis County mother now faces charges for her child's death. Fentanyl is affecting American kids.
Sunshine today, perfect weather for the race. I'll go over what you can expect for the rest of your Saturday.
The allegations of sterilization, puberty blockers, and insurance fraud. The investigation into WashU's Transgender Care Center today in St. Louis Weekend Edition. It starts right now.
This is Today in St. Louis, focused on you.
And the runners are taking their mark at the beginning of the race. We know we're taking a live look at Soulard, where the Mardi Gras Race for Your Beads 5K is starting any second now. We'll head out there in about 15 minutes to learn more about the festive events happening this weekend. And Tracy, I know you're not a runner, really. I'm not a runner either. I'll go lift a little bit, but
Not a bad morning for running, though.
it isn't a bad, So folks who want to get out there, I know a lot of people do enjoy it. Saturday morning, good way to get the weekend going.
Yeah. Temperatures start off really crisp this morning, but they're going to warm up quite nicely. They're already on the rise. Let's see now. Temperature-wise, we're at 32 degrees, so still quite cold out there, but we are going to make it into the upper 40s. Through the rest of our day today, we're sticking with that sunshine. We're going to have very light winds out there as well. 46 degrees by 2, 47 by 3 o'clock. We're dropping down after our sunset time into the upper 30s and then down into the low 30s by around 10 o'clock. For tomorrow, we're looking at pretty nice weather. That's what I'm labeling it as. 56 degrees for tomorrow, so above average temperatures. We actually have an above average week ahead. Winds will pick up a little bit tomorrow, and a little bit being the key word, only out of the southwest at about 5 miles per hour. Our sunrise is at 7:20. Coming up, I'll outline the Valentine's Day rain and the almost 70-degree day I have on the 7-day forecast.
Let's get to some news from overnight. A man recovering from getting shot in the leg after a robbery. It happened around 10:30 last night near the intersection of Washington Avenue and North 15th Street in downtown St. Louis. We don't know how the victim was involved, but police say a credit card and purse were stolen. They haven't told us if there was an arrest. And it was a violent start to Saturday across the city. 3 other shootings happened, and right now, none of them are fatal. The first happened around 2 a.m. on Virginia in South City between Fasten and Blates. Then another at 4 at the intersection of Strodman and East Grand near Peace Park in North St. Louis. The most recent was at 5 at Minnesota at Winnebago in South City. All 3 victims are men. We're going to take a live look at I-70 in Wright City, Missouri, where the left lane is now back open after a deadly hit and run shut it down for 5 hours last night. Missouri State Highway Patrol says a driver hit and killed a pedestrian crossing the highway around 11. Right now, they don't know the make or model of the driver's vehicle. And this morning, a woman is in custody for the death of her 1-year-old daughter. St. Louis County Police say the baby died from fentanyl exposure. Robert Townsend spoke with neighbors and explains the charges.
Investigators say on February 1st, police officers went to this home on Count Drive because 1-year-old Harmony Baker was unresponsive and not breathing.
It's a bunch of policemen out here.
Officers performed CPR on the girl, but we're told she later died at a hospital from a fentanyl overdose.
This is my first time hearing this.
This neighbor held back tears after learning the baby girl passed away.
It's terrible. I feel sorry.
Friday, prosecutors charged the child's mother, 32-year-old Sherelle Nolan, with first-degree endangering the welfare of a child. A probable cause statement reveals Nolan allegedly exposed her daughter to the highly potent synthetic drug causing her death.
She ran in the house and got her purse, and they drove on her on off.
According to the CDC, fentanyl deaths among children 14 and under are rising faster than any other tripling nationwide from 2019 to 2021. Researchers also say during the same time, fentanyl deaths among infants increased twice as fast as overall deaths. Investigators say Nolan admitted she has a fentanyl addiction. She also told police officers she's the only person in the home who uses the drug.
And it's about 50 to 100 times stronger than heroin. So a very small amount of fentanyl, if it gets into someone's body, it can be very deadly.
Oh, it's a shock.
We stopped by the family's home, but no one was there. Meantime, Nolan remains in jail on a $250,000 cash-only bond. Robert Townsend, 5 on your side.
Former St. Louis Cardinal broadcaster Dan McLaughlin has pled guilty to driving while intoxicated. In early December, Creve Coeur police arrested him in his third DWI. After that, in a mutual decision with the Cardinals and Bally Sports Midwest, McLaughlin agreed to step down from his broadcasting role.
All day long, I just been thinking about my wife and kids and what this could have turned into.
This morning, some are concerned about road safety after a large piece of debris fell on a man's truck during his morning commute to work. Bob Paulson says it happened under the Hampton overpass on I-64 just before 5 yesterday. Paulson and police think they know where it came from.
The officer went out and said that there was concrete chunks on the ground and that it appeared that the bridge was crumbling.
The MoDOT crew that went to investigate says there's no evidence the debris fell off the bridge. Right now, Missouri's Attorney General is calling on the Washington University Transgender Care Center to stop using puberty blockers on children. AG Andrew Bailey announced an investigation into the center on Thursday after a former employee claimed the center sterilized hundreds of children. The former employee says it caused the kids to attempt suicide. There's also allegations of irreversible gender transition surgeries and claims of insurance fraud. Last year, 2 doctors from the clinic testified about the clinic's care.
They're mostly seeing mental health professionals. We are talking about the ways they can feel more comfortable in their bodies. And when indicated, we talk about gender-affirming hormones. Not every teen needs to begin hormones or have puberty blockers before age 18.
WashU officials responded saying, in part, they are alarmed by the allegations and are looking into them.